The idiots have been in charge way too long. And that's why you're here. For the podcast you need. All for liberty all the time. Welcome to Liberty Bites Back. With your host, Brandon Emil.
Liberty is the starting point to understanding inalienable rights. As Aristotle said, this then is one note of liberty which all democracies affirm to the principle of their state. Another is that a man should live as he likes. This, they say, is the privilege of a free man, since on the other hand, not to live as a man like is the mark of a slave. This is the second characteristic of democracy. Whence has arisen the claim of men to be ruled by none, if possible, or, if this is impossible, to rule and be ruled in turns, and so it contributes to the freedom based upon equality. Aristotle, Politics 6:2. Aristotle says this: a free man has liberty to do as he likes, and what will not hurt others. And if you're not allowed, then you are a slave. You're not a free man anymore. If you can't do what you like without hurting others, and that's illegal. That's not freedom. It has also been attributed to the equivalence of free will. As even Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, a polity in which there is the same law for all, a polity administered with regard to equal rights and equal freedom of speech, and the idea of kingly government, which respects most of all the freedom of the governed. For now we are certainly understand that a king completely is the opposite of a government, and we would like back then, even as they allowed liberty in some ways, as arguably any government. The liberty is our free will. It is us. It is our mind. It can be our speech. It can be our philosophies. We all must defend our freedom and our liberties. Thomas Hobbes says, a free man is he that those things which by his strength and wit he is able to do and not hindered to do, what he hath the will to do. And that's in his book Leviathan, part 2, chapter 11. Thomas Hobbes said that, and then John Locke disagreed, stating the state of nature, liberty consists of being free from any superior power on the earth. People are not under the will of lawmaking authority or of others, but have only the law of the nature for their rule. In political society, liberty consists of being under no other lawmaking power except that established by the consent of the commonwealth. People are free from the dominion of any will or legal restraint, apart from that enacted by their own constituted lawmaking power according to the trust put in it. Thus, freedom is not, as Sir Robert Filmer defines it, a liberty for everyone to do what he likes and to live as he pleases, and not to be tied by any laws. Freedom is constrained by laws in both the state of nature and political society. Freedom of nature is to be under no other restraint but the law of nature. Freedom of people under the society and made by the lawmaking power established in it. Persons have a right or liberty to follow their own will in all things that the law has not prohibited, and not to be subject or in constant, uncertain, unknown, and arbitrary wills of others. And John Stuart Mill defines liberty as a freedom to act, and liberty as an absence of coercion. So if we are coerced upon, for if someone gets upon our property of ourselves, that is coercion. That is not liberty, nor could ever be considered such. A free man receives full liberty. If you lack such, it's tyranny.